Hey there. Welcome to the Curriculum Night video for AP Microeconomics. My name is William Stifel, and I'm the AP Econ teacher at South Mech. We're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about content. We're going to talk about what the course looks like, things you should know, and then I'm going to give you some contact information at the end. So first, what does AP Microeconomics talk about? Just big picture, AP Micro focuses on the little picture of econ. So it focuses on individual decision makers, whether that be households, firms, or individual consumers, and then it's really going to focus on individual markets for particular goods. We're going to start off by going over basic economic concepts, getting down the ideas such as scarcity and production possibilities, and comparative advantage, things like that. We'll move on to supply and demand, which will be the first introduction to markets in the course. Then we'll focus on the perfectly competitive markets or models and talk about production and costs and things that firms, kind of looking from the firm side of things. After that, we'll be moving on to imperfect competition, so expanding our model out to oligopolies, monopolies, and monopolistically competitive markets. After that, we'll focus on factor markets, in particular labor markets. So using what we've learned in particularly in Unit 3 to examine, um, wages and how people get jobs. And then finally, we'll move on to market failures and the role of government. So further expanding on what we've learned and seeing kind of how it breaks down in reality and how the government can impact that. There are four big ideas that we're going to focus on within AP Micro. First is just going to be focusing on scarcity and markets. The second is going to be focusing on costs, benefits, marginal analysis, making decisions based on economic rationale. The third is going to be production choices and behavior. So thinking about from a firm's view how they decide what to produce, how they view their costs, and how that influences the markets that we all deal with. And then finally, market inefficiency and public policy. We'll be focusing on, particularly in Unit 6, how the government can impact markets that have failed. So, what's this class like? Overall, it's a college level course, which means that there's going to be more responsibility for students in their own learning. That will be reading assignments before every course, making sure they're staying on top of their homework and problem sets, and preparing for classes as much as possible. Um, Grading, so prepare grades that's the smallest grading category. In this course, that's mostly going to be reading assignments and some small quizzes. Um, and then rehearse grades, that's the second largest. That's when students have had the opportunity to learn the material and they basically have the opportunity to practice. That's going to be problem sets. So problem sets are due once every um, 2 weeks or so. Depends on the unit. It's an opportunity for students to practice at home, ask for help if they need it, work with their classmates, and really practice the material before perform assignments, which are unit tests, and then current events projects, which are analyses and videos that students will put together based on linking current events to what we have learned about in class. We're doing lots of simulations and activities in class. Try to make it as interactive as possible. At least that's my goal. To help students learn the material in a variety of different ways, because economics is really focusing on decisions and things that happen in the world around us. And then finally, there's a lot of graphing, there's a lot of calculations, and then there's a lot of theory. This course is a mixture between social studies courses that students may have taken in the past and some math courses. And so we're mixing those together. And so it's going to require a variety of different study skills. Finally, my contact information. My name is William Stifel. My email is william.stifel@cms.k12.nc.us. Feel free to email me with any questions or concerns, or if you'd like to set up a meeting at any point, I really would be happy to do so. Thank you for